In the first video, we talked about something almost no one explains, how scalp blood flow gives your hair a fair chance to grow. But there's another side to the story. Many people fix their circulation on the inside, then quietly destroy their hair on the outside with harsh daily habits. In this video, I'll walk you through a gentle hair day, simple, research-informed changes that stop attacking your thinning hair and help protect the roots you still have. Section 1, Why a Gentle Hair Day Matters More Than Another Product. When your hair starts thinning, the first instinct is to add more products, more treatments, more steps. But one quiet truth from dermatology and hair science is this: fine, thinning hair is far more vulnerable to physical stress than thick hair. The shaft is often thinner, the cuticle layer more fragile, and the scalp underneath may already be irritated or sensitive. That means every pull, twist, scrape, and blast of heat counts more than it used to. A routine that your hair tolerated at 20 or 30 can slowly chip away at already weakened strands after 40 or 50. You might blame shedding, when in reality a big part of what you're seeing is breakage and mechanical damage on hair that never had a chance. A gentle hair day is not about being precious or vain. It's a practical shift. You stop acting like your hair is indestructible and start treating it like a delicate fabric you want to keep for as long as possible. In this video, we're not chasing miracles. We're going to walk through how you wash, dry, style, and sleep in a way that reduces avoidable damage and gives whatever circulation and nutrition you have from video 1 a better surface to work with. Section 2, Washing without stripping or scratching your scalp. Many people with thinning hair wash in a way that quietly attacks both the scalp and the shaft. Very hot water dries the skin and cuticle. Scrubbing with fingernails creates micro scratches on the scalp and can weaken hairs right where they exit the skin. Piling all of your hair on top of your head and twisting it around while you shampoo is another common way to create tangles and breakage. A gentler, research-aligned approach is simple. Use comfortably warm, not steaming hot, water. Put a small amount of shampoo in your palms, foam it up, then focus on the scalp, not the lengths. Use your fingertips, the pads, not the nails, to move the scalp skin in small circles. You're cleaning oil and sweat from the skin, not scrubbing a pan. Let the foam run down the lengths of your hair as you rinse instead of roughing them up. If your dermatologist has prescribed a medicated shampoo, you can still apply it this way, targeted to the scalp with gentle fingertip movement and the contact time they recommend. Even when you have to wash more often for medical reasons, this softer technique reduces extra shedding from rough handling. The goal is clean, calm skin and clean, intact hair, not that squeaky feeling that often means you've gone too far. Section 3, Drying. From rubbing and twisting to pressing and patting. Hair is weakest when it's wet. The outer cuticle layer swells and fibers slide more easily over one another. Rubbing a towel back and forth over wet hair, twisting it tightly into a turban, or yanking a brush through tangles right away is a fast way to turn already fragile strands into broken ones. To your eyes, it all just looks like more shedding in the towel. A gentle hair day handles drying differently. When you step out of the shower, place a soft towel or an old cotton t-shirt over your hair and press. Don't rub. Use your hands to gently squeeze water out in sections, moving from roots toward the ends without twisting the hair tightly. If your hair tangles easily, apply a light leave-in conditioner or detangler and use a wide-tooth comb, starting from the ends and working upward slowly. You don't have to air dry completely if that doesn't fit your life. But even if you plan to use a blow dryer, reducing water with pressing and squeezing instead of rough friction lowers the amount of force each strand has to endure. Over weeks and months, this shift alone can mean fewer broken pieces in your sink and more of the hairs you still have actually staying attached. Section 4, Heat styling without cooking your roots. Heat can be useful. It smooths shapes and adds volume. But for thinning or fine hair, high heat close to the scalp is a double hit. It can dry the cuticle and irritate an already sensitive scalp. Frequent high-temperature styling has been linked in research to increased breakage and dullness, especially when combined with chemical treatments. A more protective approach doesn't require you to give up styling completely. First, if your dryer or tool has settings, use medium instead of maximum heat, and hold it a bit farther from your scalp. Aim to dry the roots until they're just dry, not scorching hot. You can create volume by flipping your head forward for a short time or lifting sections at the roots with your fingers while you blow dry instead of pulling hard with a brush. If you use straighteners or curling irons, reserve them for special days rather than every day, and make sure your hair is completely dry before applying them. Quick passes at a moderate temperature are kinder than clamping and holding at maximum heat. No heat routine will reverse genetic or hormonal hair loss, but over time, fewer burned, snapped strands means that the hair you do grow has a better chance to actually show up on your head instead of in your sink. Section 5. Hairstyles and accessories that don't pull your hair out. Traction. Constant pulling on the same areas is a well-known mechanical cause of thinning, especially along the hairline and at the temples. Tight ponytails, high buns, heavy extensions, and hard clips all concentrate tension on specific roots. For someone whose hair is already struggling, that tension can be the difference between a hair that stays and a hair that gives up. On a gentle hair day, you rethink how you hold your hair in place. You choose softer bands without metal parts. You loosen ponytails so you're not feeling the skin of your scalp being pulled tight. You rotate where you place buns or ponytails, high one day, low another, side the next, so the same roots aren't under strain every single day. If you love clips, you pick ones that grip more area with less pressure and avoid clamping them directly on the thinnest spots. These changes won't alter your genetics, but they reduce one very real, preventable source of loss: hairs forced out early by constant traction. Over months, people often notice less soreness along the hairline, fewer broken short hairs around the face, and a sense that their hairstyles are working with their hair, not against it. Section 6. Protecting thinning hair while you sleep. Nighttime is usually treated as off-duty for hair care, but for fragile, thinning hair, hours on a pillow can mean friction, tangling, and unnoticed breakage. Rough pillowcase fabrics and sleeping with your hair loose can lead to the same areas getting rubbed over and over, especially if you toss and turn. A gentle hair day extends into a gentle night. Switching to a smoother pillowcase fabric, satin, silk, or a similarly slippery material, can reduce friction without feeling like a beauty trick. Before bed, you can loosely braid your hair, gather it into a low, soft ponytail, or tuck it into a very loose bun using a gentle scrunchie. The point is not to pull, but to keep strands from knotting and grinding against the pillow. If your scalp and hair tolerate it, 1 or 2 nights a week, you might smooth a tiny amount of a light oil, like jojoba or argan, over the driest ends before securing your hair. This isn't a magic growth treatment. It simply reduces dryness and friction on the most fragile parts of the strand. Protecting your hair while you sleep doesn't stop all shedding, but it can quietly reduce the extra loss caused by your pillow. Section 7. Putting it all together and linking back to the inside. A gentle hair day is not about perfection. It's about stacking small, realistic choices so that by the time you go to bed, your hair has survived another day with less unnecessary stress. You washed your scalp without scratching it raw. You dried your hair without grinding it in a towel. You used heat with intention instead of habit. You chose styles and sleep setups that hold your hair without punishing the roots. These changes won't erase every cause of hair loss. Age, hormones, medical conditions, and genetics still matter, and if you notice rapid or patchy loss, seeing a qualified doctor is important. But what you can say, honestly, is that you're no longer asking your thinning hair to fight an invisible war against your own hands, tools, and accessories. In the first video, we focused on the inside, how scalp blood flow and the environment around the follicle matter. This video is the outside, your daily mechanics. When you combine calmer circulation, steadier nutrition, and a truly gentle hair day, you're giving your remaining follicles the kind of respect they should have had all along. Not a guarantee, not a miracle, but a kinder, more intelligent way to live with thinning hair. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you've watched this far, it means you're taking your thinning hair seriously, not with panic, but with patience and curiosity. That's exactly the kind of person this channel is for. We're not doctors, and we're not selling you a magic fix. We read, research, test, and then turn what we learn into calm, practical videos you can actually use. If you'd like more research-based routines on hair loss, sleep, and anxiety, you can subscribe, leave a like, or save this video to come back to later. Take it slowly, be kind to your scalp, and I'll see you in the next video.